From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are, as we are off and running on EA Sports. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
It's not enough. You solid left, but it's not enough. You that really step, but it's not enough. Say you bigger than myself, but it's not enough. I get on it. Yeah, somebody gotta do it. I mean, yeah, somebody gotta do it. I say the Chiefs. Watch him do it. We survived outside, all from the music. They like what he owns.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Yellow. I'll go
Throwing at the outset, here's Mahomes. Throwing sound completion to Rice. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact and he'll go deep.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. The two big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And this is incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Attack! Yellow.
Now it's Mahomes again. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Noah Gray, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC.
Next the score, Chiefs 7, Seahawks 0. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Looking to put a drive together.
19. Get it. 19 tight. 70. 70. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Smith and Jigba with the grab. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
4 yards on the
We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
This one incomplete and over everybody. Looked like a clear throwaway, but the officials, they're going to say there's a receiver over there in the area, so no flags, and it's third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. 79 Broncos. Dragon 60. Panther 11, Panther 11. Warrior 70.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. That is caught. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
A gain of 12 yards. That's good for a Seahawks first down. A gain of 12.
19 Lions.
And the Seahawks first down.
7 Pirates. 7.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And that will bring up second down. You talk about this Chiefs defense. They played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's about what you consider the break-even mark. If you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course. A pretty nice effort.
Back to throw again. He's got a man. Downfield is Horton. That one good for 26 and a first down.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
19, 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
They'll look to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
First carry here for Ken Walker. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
Ready? 70 Lions.
He'll look to throw. Touchdown! Elijah Arroyo. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Seahawks are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
35-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
It's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. That's caught. It's Xavier Worthy. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
the 37-yard line.
Here's Mahomes to throw. It's caught on the right side of Smith. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 10 more there and another first down. The Chiefs are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate. They always top NFL. Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
2nd and 10.
Yellow, yellow.
And again, it's Mahomes. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Rice. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Hey, rip list. Fight on these two. Fight on these two.
7-7, our score after 1. Second quarter from Arrowhead. It's the Chiefs in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
Yellow. Hey, 43, 40. Argolari. Yellow. Hey, 43.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
I know ultimately that feels like a good defensive play, but I know it's really not. They had a chance to keep points off the board. Now they have a chance to kick a field goal by missing that shot.
Yeah, especially at this spot in the field. He's got to be upset he couldn't come up with that INT.
Wow, that qualifies as a bad miss because anything inside of 40 should be automatic. That's a big mistake right there.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Now a 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Japanese tempo look. Ready.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Not caught. 70. Hot 70. Cut 19. Cut 19. 65 catch. 65.
They'll look to throw. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Well, CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. And nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
2nd and 10.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. draw. This is Smith. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Rashad Smith, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that makes the score 14-7.
14. Seahawks 7. Harrison Butker to kick off 14.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
At their own 38-yard line.
Ready, ready.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this third drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's the tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well in that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
A gain of 27 on the play. First down, Seattle.
Check. Buffalo 18.
Back to throw now on first down. And complete to Smith-Njigba. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down.
Seahawks. First down.
Here we go.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Their mobile quarterback with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Seahawks are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Now with that, they could elect to take the ball at the 1 if they wanted.
Yeah, exactly right. They have options here. If they decide now to go for 2 after the penalty, the ball doesn't go to the 2-yard line as normal. They get the penalty, so that's half the distance. You put it at the 1. If they decided they wanted to kick, they would just move the ball from the 15 to the 10, and they would kick it there.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Here's Smith to return it. Oh, nice move. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
Yellow.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Second down and a yard.
Yellow.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. The RPO will keep it himself. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Yellow. Yellow.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes. He'll try to pick it up himself. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
At the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On play action, it's Mahomes. That ball caught. It's Rice. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A first down carry for Smith. Well, an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Mahomes now to throw. Looking middle, he finds Royals. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
I would guess that combined, if you spoke to both defenses, neither side has a lot to celebrate today. They haven't had a lot of stops, but that one right there, that's a big one because they stole points away with that play. Just as importantly, picked up a key stop on an offense that's been really impressive here in the early going.
Ready, set.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the momentum just continuing to build and build for them. They had the touchdown, their last drive to tie the game. Now their defense does its job, and Charles, all of a sudden, they've got a chance to capture the lead here.
And we're seeing a really nice exhibition of what coaches love to call complementary football. Offense gets a tie, defense does its job, gets the ball right back, and their teammates now have momentum. What a nice job they're doing, all doing it together.
Ready.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Michael Dana just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs.
17. 19 tight. 19 tight.
He'll look to throw. That is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
The Seahawks send out their punter, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. That's returnable now for Smith. Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Yellow, yellow.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He finds Smith out of the backfield. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
43! 43! Hey, 43!
Now here's Mahomes. To the left side, he's got Royals. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the 1st half.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. So instead of giving them another chance on 3rd down, they're going to decline the penalty and force a decision on 4th down. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the 1st half. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. Butker's kick here is good, and they take a 17-14 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the 1st half.
70 Rangers, 60 Vikings, 60 Vikings, 19 Lions, 60 Mavericks, 60 Mavericks.
They'll throw now on the final play. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this third quarter. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Here we go.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, you know they had a third down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Ready.
Back to throw here. Throw out wide to Walker. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
46 yards long.
On play action, they'll throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. That's caught inside the 20. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one good for 37 yards.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback, because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has two options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the latter, and it turns into a huge play.
Panther 11. Panther 11.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. That's taken in by Arroyo. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Elijah Arroyo. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Seahawks have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It's up and good to make it 21-17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent is still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
With a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field have covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Mahomes going to throw. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. Pass complete to Rolls. Well, almost, but not quite. Needed 10, he got 9. 4th down.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on 3rd down, and he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a 1st down.
Broke the 1 tackle, but couldn't spring himself free. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. Noah Gray, the intended receiver. So a definite surprise there. They try to fake punt, but this time it's going to blow up in their face, CD.
Yeah, it certainly has. And look, I understand what they're trying to do. They're trailing right now, probably trying to generate some momentum. But that felt like one of those go-for-broke type of a plays in a situation where I don't know that they needed to do that. They still have opportunities, and in this case, they took a chance, and it backfired.
That'll pick up the 1st down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Now they'll change things around before the snap.
50, 50. 18, 5 years. Mustang 19. Ready.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Now he's going to step up and run. An off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with it.
A 3rd quarter action from Kansas City, 2nd down and 10.
70 Timberwolves, 18 Cardinal, 18 Cup.
Right side, he finds his receiver, Horton. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Torrey Horton, 26 yards. And the Seahawks add 6 to their lead. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read.
Oh, this is blocked. Oh, the Chiefs have got it. Look at this. Middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way into the end zone, and that's 2 points. Now you figure with a veteran kicker out there, these extra points almost automatic, but this one turns into 2 points the other way.
And we both know it's hard to put it on him. I think there's a breakdown in the protection, but guess what? It does go against his record.
So after the block PAT, they're ready to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Now Patrick going to change the play.
Hey, 57, 57.
Trying to get the run game going. Here's Smith. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 56 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Options galore here, second and a few inches. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And this pass caught by Gray. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 26. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. Looking for Gray and finding him once again. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Rashee Rice, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the two-point try.
The Chiefs will set up for the two-point conversion.
Mahomes will throw for it. And this one incomplete. So they went for the two, they don't get it.
The score, Seahawks 27, Chiefs 25.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would, and in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
Yeah, not the case.
not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about seeing defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far.
Ready, set.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Crack all 80.
They'll look to throw here. No, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And the punt kicks out of bounds, and they will spot it right at the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. Mahomes, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Derek Hall in there that time to get him to the turf.
They were looking for a big play in this comeback situation, and they call play-action pass, and it backfires. If you're going to run that play this late in the game, you have to have a plan in mind to avoid the sack. Throw it away, scramble, do something, but don't go down in your own backfield.
Throwing on second and long. Mahomes. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game. The Chiefs on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Working from the gun, Mahomes. That's caught left side by the tight end, Gray. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Here's the Chiefs punter now. On, we think, to punt, though he's faked it earlier, but he was unsuccessful. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense there, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. There's a short one caught by Arroyo. 5 yards. Now it's